Whenever any expedition has started its journey to understand Himalayas, it has met up with the hidden unsolved mysteries of the great mountains. Lying deep in its womb, it has been transfixed with its sublime beauty and environmental richness. Let us take you to such an expedition. Crossing the roaring Rishi Ganga, reaching Sarso Patal. Let us be a part of this expedition for research with great adventurous moments close to Nanda Devi mountain.
Uttarakhand, the land of mighty snow-capped mountains, beautiful lush green forests and mountain meadows. A land dotted with numerous venerable shrines and sacred mountains is justifiably known as Dev Bhumi, the land of gods. Mount Nanda Devi, the second highest peak in India, is worshipped and venerated as goddess by the local people. Surrounded as it is by an impregnable ring of mighty Himalayan peaks, Nanda Devi remained elusive for mountaineers for a long time after its discovery. The first successful human attempt to set foot on Nanda Devi was made by W. W. Graham in 1883. After that, T.G. Longstaff and Hugh Rutledge led the expedition 3 times in 1926, 1927 and 1932. However, it was left to Eric Shipton and W. H. Tillman to make history by discovering the route to Nanda Devi through the Rishi Ganga Gorge in 1934. After the discovery of this more approachable route, Nanda Devi Peak and the entire hitherto unspoilt Nanda Devi Valley began to rival Mount Everest as the most sought-after destination for mountaineers, tourists and nature lovers. And giving logistic support to them became a lucrative side business of the local people whose principal source of livelihood was the Indo-Tibetan trade. However, the Indo-China War of 1962 brought a sudden closure to the lucrative Indo-Tibetan trade as the borders between the two countries sealed off. Suddenly deprived of their main source of livelihood, the locals diverted their attention towards trekking, tourism and mountaineering, and giving logistic support to the mountaineering groups soon became the main source of their livelihood. But unfortunately, mountaineering and other allied to tourism came at a heavy cost to the environment of Nanda Devi and its surrounding areas. The fragile ecology and hitherto pristine forest and meadows began to suffer rapid degradation due to unrestricted human activities. Appalled by the growing environmental pollution and ecological deterioration of the area, the mountaineers and trekkers raised a howl of protest, prompting the government of Uttar Pradesh into elevating the status of the inner sanctuary to a national park by incorporating additional areas in 1982. The government put a ban on all human activities in the national park for a period of 10 years with the understanding that further extension or lifting up of the ban would be considered at the recommendation of a scientific team sent in to make an assessment of the recovery of the environment. Accordingly, the first expedition by a team of scientists and foresters was mounted in 1993, followed by another in 2003. Though both the expeditions reported remarkable progress in the recovery process, they recommended further extension of the ban on all human activities until further notice in order to consolidate the gains made so far. A third expedition was due in 2013, but it was postponed due to the terrible natural disaster in Uttarakhand. By June 2015, the time for assessment of the environmental recovery of Nanda Devi was long overdue. Once again, it was time to see how far Mother Nature has rejuvenated itself in the past 12 years and the changes that had taken place. In June 2015, the third scientific expedition to Nanda Devi National Park was launched under the leadership of Conservator and Director Nanda Devi Biosphere, Shri S.S. Rasaili, and the team moved towards the core region of Nanda Devi. The aims of the expedition were evaluation of endangered species of flora and fauna and their resurrection, analysis of biodiversity, the nature of changes that had occurred in wildlife, the status of environment and vegetation in the core region between the period of two expeditions, and the nature, condition and direction of these changes. In the Nanda Devi Expedition 2015, the study team comprised of scientists from Wildlife Institute of India, scientists from Govind Ballabh Pant Institute of Himalaya Environment and Development Almora, and forest personnel from Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, Corbett National Park, Badrinath Forest Division and Kedarnath Forest Division, Indo-Tibetan Border Police and film crew.
While on one hand, the scientists had to study and evaluate the rare and extinct wildlife, on the other hand, Govind Ballabh Pant Institute of Himalayan Environment and Development had to study the existing status of the rare, endangered and on the verge of extinction vegetation. Indo-Tibetan Border Police was given the task of security, providing medical facilities, communication and to provide help in crossing impassable routes.
On 10th June 2015, Honorable State Forest Minister Dinesh Agarwal flagged off the crew to leave for Joshimath. Principal Chief Conservator Wildlife Shri Anil Kumar Dutt and Shri D.V.S. Khati, Chief Wildlife Warden Uttarakhand, had also joined to give best wishes to the team. This was a job of serious and great responsibility in which there were adventure, thrill, danger, research and challenges. Giving them good wishes, the minister said,
नंदा देवी का जो है ये एक्सपेडिशन यहाँ से जा रहा है और ये 2003 के बाद, और वैसे तो ये जो आम जनता है उसके लिए 33 साल से बंद है, तो इसलिए ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। वहाँ जाके इस बात की स्टडी होगी कि वहाँ की अब कंडीशंस क्या हैं, वहाँ का बायोडाइवर्सिटी अब कैसा हो गया है, बेटर हुआ है, वर्स्ट हुआ है, क्या हुआ है। तो एक बहुत बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण ये जो एक्सपेडिशन है ये मैं समझता हूँ इस राज्य के लिए है। इन सब चीज़ों से देश दुनिया में उत्तराखंड का मान भी बढ़ता है, भरोसा भी बढ़ता है और राज्य के लिए जो आवश्यक है पर्यटन उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा इजाफा हो।
The team proceeded towards Lata village from where the entire expedition was to be traversed on foot. On their arrival, the villagers gave a warm traditional welcome to the team and gave them good wishes for their success. In accordance with the Indian tradition, the members went to the ancient temple of Mother Nanda Devi to seek her blessings and then started their journey towards Lata Kharak. The first camp of the expedition, Lata Kharak, had all complexities of hilly path. The way passed through dense forests. Hence, forgetting all difficulties, the group moved forward, displaying courage, viewing and assimilating the awesome nature, its beauty, and ignoring the steep vertical height which they had to climb. The team reached its first destination, Lata Kharak, at 9 p.m. Situated on the mouth of Nanda Devi National Park, Lata Kharak is a mesmerizing meadow and is famous for its bountiful nature beauty. From here, one can see the snow-capped peaks of Dronagiri, Nanda Ghungati, and other mountains. Drawn by its natural beauty, many tourists visit this place. As per the program, the team was to camp at Lata Kharak for 2 days to study biodiversity, wildlife, and vegetation of this important area that serves as the gateway to the national park. A comparative study of the vegetation, including trees, shrubs, and herbs, was done by recording the vegetation in the same quadrats installed during the earlier expedition. Soil samples and soil temperature were also recorded. Growth rings inside tree trunks not only reveal the age of the trees, but it also gives idea about the climatic conditions that prevailed in the area in the preceding years. Scouts sent out to report on the condition of the way beyond Lata Kharak came back with bad news. The way beyond Lata Kharak had been rendered extremely dangerous to walk over, as it was covered under a layer of thick, hardened snow. The team decided to spend one more day at Lata Kharak and send an advance party composed of experienced and trained ITBP and Forest Department staff to open up the way by cutting a pathway on the ice and by putting fixed rope across the precipitous Bafkinidhar and Satkula. It took 2 days for the team of experts to open the way, and on 13th June, the team could finally move forward across the dangerous Bafkinidhar and Satkula with the help of ropes and ITBP personnels. The training given to the team members at Lata Kharak in the use of carabiner and other mountaineering techniques came in handy while crossing this dangerous stretch of the way. After crossing the precipitous Bafkinidhar and Satkula section, one reaches this gently undulating grassland nestled at an altitude of 4,500 meters above sea level. Dharasi is not only a treasure house of high altitude flora and fauna, but is also the first place on the route from where one has the first clear view of the Rishi Ganga Valley. Next day, the team was greeted by a sunny morning and was highly thrilled when they were visited by a small herd of blue sheep, locally called Bharal. The animals showed no sign of fear or nervousness with so many people around them. It was an undisputable indication that Dharasi and its nearby area are free of human interference or hunting. The golden rays of the rising sun and its orange glow in the evening painted the peaks of Nanda Devi in heavenly colors that never failed to enthrall the team. On 16th June, the team moved from Dharasi to Dibrugeta. The way to Dibrugeta from Dharasi is very steep and dangerous as the land is covered with loose and uneven rocks. A little carelessness could result in fatal accident. However, unmindful of the danger to life and limb, the team members plodded on despite such unfavorable conditions and continued on their way. After crossing Hanuman Nala, this is the picturesque meadow of Dibrugeta. This meadow is veritable of high altitude flora and fauna. It appears to be a perfect place for camp setting, but in order to preserve the ecological sanctity of this beautiful meadow, the team decided to set up camp by the stream bank. Dibrugeta Meadow being one important point for comparative study, the team spent one full day here. After spending 2 fruitful days of study and observations at Dibrugeta Meadow, on 18th June, the team climbed up through dense forest and juniper scrubland and then descended down to Rishiganga and crossed over to Deodhi campsite. Even before the team reached Rishiganga river, a rope bridge had been fixed by the ITBP personnel with the help of 6-member forest staff who had reached the other bank through Pang village. Crossing the Rishiganga gorge was a big challenge for all the team members because for most of them, it would be their first ever experience of crossing a river on a rope bridge with the help of ropes and pulleys. Beyond Deodhi, the next study site was Bitartoli. But since it was necessary to take a long detour to reach Bitartoli, it was decided that only a small group comprising of scientists and forest officials would go there to conduct scientific study, while the main group would continue on their way to the next campsite, Ramani. Accordingly, on 20th June, a small group comprising of scientists and forest officials went to Bitartoli. The route from Deodhi to Bitartoli was not only steep, but since the team had to crawl through thick, uncharted way through thick rhododendron forest, shrouded in dense fog and light rain, they found the going very tough, yet thrilling.